I don't think Bitcoin is a coin. I think it's software. I think Ethereum software, Polygon software, HBAR software, any of these projects, from Helium, Avalanche, all software. And the only reason they'll survive long term is they bring some kind of economic value to the table. So give me Polygon, which I just took an investment in on Sandeep's last deal. Basically says, look, let's aggregate transactions and push them through Ethereum at one transactions, cut gas fees by a huge amount, which works in India. Well, why wouldn't I invest in that? That's a great idea. I mean, there's real economic value there. Same with Helium, if it's going to change telco. I like that idea. Solana, is it going to speed up blockchain? Well, Sam Bankman-Fried says, yes, why not put a 5% allocation into that? I don't know who's going to win. I got 32 positions. I only need 2 of them to work, and I've made a shitload of money. So it doesn't, I look at it in the nascent days of the internet in the 90s. Yeah, some of these are going to be pets.com, but others are going to bring tremendous value and be the Googles and the Microsofts of their generation. The whole idea that crypto is worthless, that's stupid. It's here to stay. And the only reason it's here to stay is I just a couple of weeks ago told an international speaking agency that wanted to hire me in a country I'll leave nameless. They wanted to ACH me the foreign currency, transfer it into US dollars. It was going to take 3 weeks. I said, never going to do it. Just pay me in USDC. If you can do that, I'll do the deal. And I was able to pay the agents, all the expenses, everything in 1 second. So why wouldn't stablecoin be a long-term great payment system for everybody? If I'm using it now and I have to, push back on people saying, well, I can't do that. I said, then I can't come and speak. You pay me USDC or give me another stablecoin. I don't care which one. That way I can just put it through my account and pay everybody in 2 seconds. So that's why I know that's going to stay. Plus you've got bills coming from senators and yada, 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 yada. Look, there's value in these protocols. They're just software.
How do you manage timing as an investor? Or are you just saying, look, I'm comfortable holding this for the next 10, 15 years, and I'm not going to even try to time markets. I'm going to invest mostly in private companies. The issue with crypto is you can have liquid tokens, and so it's difficult to maybe stomach volatility for some people. But how do you do it?
You can't manage timing. You can't time the S&P. You can't time crypto investments. You got to go long and you got to be diversified. I mean, I have so many positions. I don't know what's going to work, and you can't know. You either believe in the metric and the protocol of productivity around financial services. You don't. I'm a believer. But I also own some very speculative stuff like Ethereum. Ethereum is, cats. And why would I invest in that? Because I'm big in cat DNA development, and Ethereum gives back to shelters for animals. I mean, that's like, where's that going? Who knows? But I own a bunch of it because I want to be supportive of animal shelters. It's a way I can do it on a very democratized way. But that's not exactly economic, productivity enhancement. That's just a cause and a movement, which also can be accommodated by tokens and coins. And then I'm very big in watch collecting. We talked about that earlier. So I'm on a very big protocol to write the white paper for watch NFTs for authentication and insurance. Not even trading the NFTs, just providing authentication so you can insure the portion of your watch portfolio that you're wearing and the rest that are in a safe, you don't have to insure. You can do that with an NFT. And the watch industry, the secondary market is 12x the primary market. It's billions. You need an NFT for that. So all of these are protocols that I'm invested in because I live them daily.
I think a lot of people have become very interested in them. They might not even care about crypto, but people love collecting. People love differentiating. And I think NFTs are this idea to create a digital identity. I'm curious to get your thoughts on NFTs, if you like them, if you collect them, what you think that is doing to the overall crypto market.
I do like NFTs. I'm a little worried about the regulator because if an NFT has utility, in other words, it pays a free ticket to the Formula One race, or it pays interest or a royalty back to its minter, that smells like a security to me. It really does, like a stock that pays a dividend. And I don't think I want to get involved in that while the regulator decides what they're going to do. If an NFT is a piece of art and it's not going to pay anybody anything, and it's just something you're collecting, I feel much more comfortable with that. If it's a digital authentication certificate, I'm very comfortable with that. There's many different iterations, but I agree with you. I think the NFT market in the long run will be bigger than cryptocurrencies because it will authenticate physical assets, which is a massive multi-trillion-dollar market, whether it be real estate or jewelry or watches or cars or whatever, or insurance contracts. The blockchain is just too valuable for its transparent way of keeping track of what occurs. HBAR is really being contemplated by Boeing in supply chain management. Why wouldn't you want to own a piece of that? That's a really interesting idea, to keep a ledger of what's going on supply chain. So there's all of these ideas that involve tokens, NFTs, and digitization, but we're not even in the first inning yet, and we do need regulation to bring the spigot of institutional capital into the game, which isn't here yet. So that kind of matters. And I think you got to keep your eye on all this stuff as it moves forward, not knowing what's going to work.
There are a lot of investors, kind of maybe older school, traditional capital markets investors, who, when they hear about crypto, they get excited about things like tokenizing real estate maybe, or attaching an NFT to a piece of art, right, that usually just sits in custody. Does that feel like an antiquated kind of framework for crypto? Or is, attaching digital utility to physical things, or is it all about just like digitally native things? So like, are Bored Apes the most exciting thing about NFTs, or is it all about attaching NFTs to physical artwork? Does that make sense?
I think you have all use cases. I don't find Bored Apes is a good investment because you can have unlimited Bored Apes. But if you're fractionalizing a Liechtenstein, which is happening right now as we speak on Start Engine, it's controversial in the art world, but it's very successful. Nobody can afford a full Liechtenstein, but if you can get a fraction of it and appreciates in value 12% a year, you'll get your fractional increase. And that's what's going on. And I have to disclose I'm a shareholder in Start Engine and a paid spokesperson. I remember when Howard Marks, the founder, called me and said, we're going to fractionalize a Andy Warhol, and then we're going to do a Liechtenstein. I said, wow, that's different. I wonder how the art world's going to take that one on. And it got a lot of press, I'll tell you that, but it was very successful. So I think new ideas of digitization using NFTs and fractionalized ownership. The market decides, right? It doesn't matter what any of us think. It's the market decides. I may agree, I may not agree, but the market decides. That's what matters. There are companies now, and WonderFi is one of them. It's up in Canada. It's public. That have done both. They've said, wait a second, it's costing so much to acquire a customer. Let's do one know your customer form and give you access to both centralized, decentralized. That's where I think we're going.